Today on Expert Showcase, our expert is Femi Ogunjinmi, who is going to be talking about finding the right partner. 3 things you need to know. Femi, welcome to Expert Showcase. We're so glad to have you on the show. This is going to be an exciting show. I mean, relationships are obviously important things in everyone's lives. But give me first of all, welcome.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, Mark.
Glad to have you. So for the sake of our viewers, give us a quick overview of what we're going to be focusing on and talking about in today's episode.
Absolutely. I'm going to be sharing with your viewers how they can find the ideal partner. There are 3 things or 3 steps that they can take to meet that ideal mate. And
Excellent.
those steps, once they take them, it will avoid them from being single for the rest of their lives, being neurotic, if there is somebody out there for them or not.
Well, that sounds excellent. I know there are a lot of people who just perked up their ears and are paying attention. So we talked about in getting ready for the show that we're going to cover these 3 things. So I'm just going to state them real quickly so people know where we're going to go, and then we'll go through them one at a time. So the 3 things are: where you hang out is critical, how you dress, and then out of all of your friends, which one has a good image in public. So Femi, take me through these. So the first one, where you hang out. Why is this an important thing when you're working with your clients to help them really have the relationship of their dreams?
Absolutely. Where you hang out matters a lot, because attraction is the first thing that you look at when you're trying to do anything. For an example, you go to the mall, you're trying to buy an expensive clothes or an average clothes. You buy that clothes because you're attracted to it. Now, once you buy the clothes, you have to attract somebody with that clothes, right?
Right.
Once you put that clothes on, you go different places. So if you're trying to meet an ideal person, it depends on where you go.
Right.
So for an example, if I'm looking for somebody that is of the same belief as I am, I'm a Christian, and someone that serves God, someone that is into church. For me to find that ideal person, I must go to church, because that
Makes sense.
where the person will most likely be or hang
Right.
out. So if I go to church, I will see this person. The person might be singing, or be an usher, or be volunteering in any different department. So where the person hangs out matters a lot. So, and before you do that, you also got to write down a couple of things. What do you find in an ideal partner? Or what are you looking for in a soulmate? So once you write those things down, they can kind of guide you where this person might be. Earlier I said, if I'm looking for somebody that is Christian, of the same faith, where would I find this person? So if I'm writing 5 things down, one of the 5 things I'm writing down is, I need a Christian person. The person must be in church. The person must be serving the same God as I am. Then that guides me to know that, okay, this is where I need to be hanging out more. I need to be spending most of my time in church, so that I can position myself to meet this ideal person that I'm looking for.
Well, it sounds so obvious when you say it, Femi, but I wouldn't have necessarily thought it through in quite a strategic way like that. But it makes perfect sense, of course, if you've really started thinking through the criteria. So if I'm like a health food nut, I obviously don't want to meet people hanging out at McDonald's, right? It just doesn't make sense. I want to go hang out at Whole Foods, or something like that, or the local co-op or something like that. And your faith-based example is perfect as well, obviously. If I want to exercise, then maybe I should join an exercise group, right? So
Right.
I love it. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so obviously people need to focus on where they hang out, but where they hang out, if you're going to be strategic, is based also on thinking through who you're looking for, who you're looking to connect with, and who you're going to meet. So you used the example of clothing. So let's then move on to your second point, which is how you dress. Talk to me about how you coach the people you work with on dress and how that impacts their choice of their future, partner for life.
How you dress is another critical point. It's a critical step that people need to understand, because the way you dress is the way you're going to be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
And people say don't judge a book by its cover. Unfortunately, people do judge a book by its cover.
Even on Amazon, they say absolutely spend time on your cover, because the cover is the only thing people see at first, right?
That's
So
right.
they are going to judge you by your cover.
That's right. That's what brings that attraction. That's what makes people say, all right, this person is a professional. This person is not a professional. This person knows what he or she is talking about. This person looks attractive to me. So if you dress in a nice way, in a way that is decent enough, for somebody like me, you might be attracted to me because that's what I'm looking for. So it follows that first step of where you hang out. You hang out in the right place. You're attracting the right person. The person feels like, well, if I'm going to be with someone that goes to church, you must dress in this way. You see, you can't be revealing your body. So for someone that goes to church, I believe they don't open too much. They don't reveal their body too much. So you attract that person by doing that. So how you dress is very important, because if you are looking for someone that is conservative, do you dress in a conservative way or not? If you are looking for somebody that goes to a strip club, then you might probably want to dress, like a stripper, because you are that person.
That makes perfect sense. Well, Femi, it's very, very smart, because, I mean, people don't necessarily think about it this way, but your dress is a form of communication, right? I mean, you're saying something by your presentation. If you show up in cutoff shorts and a Hawaiian shirt, for a business meeting, you're not quite in sync with the atmosphere that you're coming to. So dress conservatively, you're going to attract conservative people. Dress in a flamboyant way, and you're probably going to attract flamboyant people, right?
Absolutely.
Makes perfect sense. Okay, so now we've got you hanging out in the right place. We've got you appropriately dressed for your target market, essentially, because let's face it, finding the right person is a form of marketing, isn't it? I mean, you're trying to craft a message, and you're trying to deliver that message to the right people, right?
It is, and you can look at it from that angle of marketing, because you have to market yourself to the right audience, to the target audience. So who is your audience? So for an example, I was talking about, finding how to find the right partner. Where do you hang out?
Right.
So if you're trying to market yourself to the ideal audience, you must know where your audience is.
Exactly.
So you can better locate them, and then market or advertise to them, and position yourself or pitch that business ideas to them.
Right. And then you're going to dress the part to try to attract the person's eye, literally, to you as a person that they want to meet and connect with. So that takes us then to your third point, which is thinking about, of all of your friends, which one has the best image in public. So what are you getting at here when you're talking to your own clients?
Mark, I'm sure you've heard of this adage, birds of the same feather flock together.
Right.
So what that is saying is, if you hang out with the right people, you will most likely attract the right people. If you hang out with the wrong people, you'll most likely attract the wrong people. Now, let me lay an example. So if you have three people with you, three friends with you, and you have a girl looking at you,
right?
And say, Mark, I don't know who he is, but I know who Chris is, and I know who John is. I know these two are crazy. I can't say anything good about both of them. Now, I'm looking at Mark. Mark is who I want. But because I know Chris and John, that they have bad characters, they have bad names, they don't have good image, I'm going to use that to judge who Mark is.
That's right.
So right there off the back, I'm not even going to have a conversation with Mark anymore. I'm just going to say, forget Mark, because Mark is going to be like Chris. It's the same thing as John. So that is the same way it works. You have to look at the circle of friends that you keep. Are they benefiting you? What is their image outside? What are people saying about them? If they had bad influence, if they had bad characters, if they had, people don't say good things about them, then you're not in the right circle of friends.
Right.
So you need to leave that nucleus and find another person, or you look at somebody in that three people or friends that you have and say, you know what, this is the right person that I think is most influential in a positive way, that people know that if I'm rolling with this person, it can give me some credibility.
Right.
So associate yourself with that person. And then somebody that wants to date you or wants to be with you can say, well, because I know this person, I can then talk to this other person because this person that I know has a better character, has a better image. People say good things about that person. So that is just the same concept of the way it works when you're trying to find the
Right.
ideal partner.
Well, it makes perfect sense, Femi, because it's a logical extension of your first 2 points, where you are, how you look, and then the people you surround yourself with. Again, is a form of communication, right? These are my guys, these are my people, or this is my posse, right? These are
That's right.
you can they sort of vouch for me just by being around me.
Yeah.
And there's an added benefit, right, Femi, which is that of course they might introduce me to the right person because we're
Right.
all in the same circle, and so it's kind of by extension they may have connections of similar people that I'm going to be compatible with, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just like saying if I was single now and I have a lot of friends that are married, well, I'm looking forward to somebody that I can also get married to. So
Mhm.
I'm in the right circle of friends
Right.
because they know single people that they are looking for the same thing as well. So it's easy that way that when you surround yourself with people of positive mind or people that like-minded, you definitely get the right people or the right
Yeah.
person, that you are looking for.
Makes perfect sense, and I'm really enjoying. I mean, I hadn't really thought about it before we started this conversation. How absolutely in harmony everything you're talking about in terms of coaching people about relationships is so much the same as marketing. Never thought about it, but it makes perfect sense, of course, because you are marketing yourself. You are the product, and you are trying to connect to someone that you want to spend time with. It makes perfect sense.
That's
Well,
the way it works, Mark.
absolutely. So I'm about to tell people how they can get in touch with you, Femi, because I think there's probably at this point a bunch of people who want to get in touch with you because I think you have a great attitude, a great energy, and I think you have a great philosophy here. So we've been talking with Femi here about finding the right partner, 3 things that you need to know. And in those 3 things, we've been covering that it's important to pay attention to where you hang out. It's important to really pay attention to how you dress and present yourself. And then who you surround yourself with is the third point in terms of and if you combine these 3 things, what's going to happen, Femi? If we combine these 3 things.
You're gonna get the letter word ooh, W-H-O, W-H-O, ooh. So I mean, it's very easy to remember. It's just an acronym: where you hang out, how you dress. Out of all your friends, which one has the right image, or which one has a better influence on you?
Excellent. It's the who system. Well,
Yeah.
okay, Femi, if people want to get in touch with you, here's a couple of ways they can do it. You obviously have a website. It is gfemspeaks.com. So that's gfemspeaks.com. Your email is gfem@gfemspeaks.com if people want to reach out and connect with you directly. And you're also on social media. Your Facebook handle is gfem. So if people just go to Facebook and search gfem, they will find you. I tested that. I know it works. And if you go to Twitter, you are at GFEM Radio on Twitter. So these are all great ways that people can connect with you. They should connect with you. I think you can really help them find the person of their dreams with this strategic approach. So, Femi, it's been great. I've had a lot of fun talking with you. I didn't know exactly what I was going to learn here, and I learned a ton. So I appreciate you being our expert guest today here on Expert Showcase.
Mark, thanks for having me. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Thank you. And another great Expert Showcase episode. Chris, what should people do right now?
Yeah, if you're watching this and you're a coach or consultant, imagine what it would do for you and your business if you were a guest on Experts Showcase. And here's the best part. Other than possibly increasing your business, an appearance on Expert Showcase is free. We give you a copy of your episode so you can use as marketing collateral, and we give you a coaching session to go along with it to tell you how you can best market your episode and other tips and tricks about your business. So what you want to do is head on over to expertshowcase.com, click on the big yellow apply button, and apply to be our next featured guest on the Expert Showcase. Now, if you're a coach or consultant and you've already imagined what having your own internet talk show will do for you, then we want you to head to VideoContent.Agency and check us out, check our packages out, and get in contact with us. Let's see if we're a good fit, and let's see if we're the ones to produce you and make you the next star and have your own internet talk show. And until next time, Mark, anything else?
I couldn't have said it any better, so just do what he said.